Hey guys, what's up? This is iTechAwan here. So Apple's next operating system for their iPhones, iPads, and rumored iPod Touch will most likely be unveiled at the Worldwide Developers Conference this summer. The iOS 13 has been rumored to be packed with some major updates and redesign, some of which include dark mode, completely redesigned home screen, updates to live photos, and a lot more. So let's talk about it. But before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for latest news, leaks, and rumors around Apple devices. Okay, so according to a new report by Bloomberg, the iOS 13 will include the dark mode, which has been one of the most anticipated feature for Apple's next iOS update after it was first introduced with macOS Mojave. The main attraction to the dark mode is of course the darker backgrounds, which tend to be easier on the eyes rather than the brighter whites. Apple themselves stated that the purpose for adding dark mode to macOS was to make it easier to stay focused on your work because your content stands out while darkened controls and windows recede into the background. So having the dark mode finally make its way to the iOS devices will definitely be beneficial and give a great new look. And of course, the dark mode will be optional like it is on the macOS, so it could be turned on or off whenever you want. The next rumored feature is that we are going to be getting a major redesign to the home screen. Now we don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but many renderers have created their own concepts and they look pretty amazing. Like these ones from Apple iDesigner and Skyline News on Instagram that shows a darker user interface on the home screen, less intrusive Siri that doesn't take up the whole display. Same with incoming calls. The home screen volume control moved to the side rather than having a huge square right in the middle, and the one I like the most, shifting the battery icon to vertical orientation so you can see the battery percentage all the time on the newer iPhones. Next, Apple is supposedly working on Live's photo update that lengthens the attached photo to the live photos from 3 seconds to 6 seconds. The iOS 13 will include improvements to CarPlay interface. There will be several updates in the new iOS that are going to be iPad specific, one of the big ones being a feature that enables split view in the same application. The Files app for the iOS is set to be getting revamped. There aren't many details on what Apple is going to be doing with this application, but there have been multiple reports claiming that new features are coming. Another major feature to be seen within the iOS 13 is cross-platform applications that work with both macOS and iOS. Now with the iOS 12 and macOS Mojave, we already saw a couple cross-platform apps that were initially only on iOS devices like Stocks, News, and Voice Memo, but now they have made their way to macOS. With the iOS 13 and the next macOS update, Apple is expanding the cross-platform functionality to developers, making it easier to make iOS apps work with macOS and vice versa. Now regarding the release date, the iOS 13 will most likely be shown at the WWDC event that happens in June, and at that time the new iOS will be provided to iOS developers for testing, and then finally reach the hands of consumers in fall alongside the release of the new iPhones, which happens around September. So this is it for this video guys. Let me know which iOS feature you are most excited about in the comments below. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe to stay updated with the latest leaks and rumors around Apple products. So until next time guys, take care.